glimpse into a hidden world below downtown Chattanooga. Good evening. I'm Natalie Janoreski.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. Stairways leading nowhere, arched doorways that were once street level are some clues to downtown life before 1880.
Stories and rumors still fly about underground Chattanooga. News Channel 9's Beth Newhoff gives us a rare look of what's really there.
Walk the streets of downtown Chattanooga today, and amid the shops and the restaurants, you'll see evidence of the Chattanooga long forgotten.
Mystery surrounds a Chattanooga that existed in the 1800s. Torrential rains caused flooding, devastating downtown on a regular basis. The solution? Quietly raise the town, leaving tales still told of the city that lies beneath.
This would have been heading down towards street level.
Local history buffs Mari Nicely and Matt McGauley take me underground to see evidence of the original Chattanooga the public doesn't see.
I think a lot of people think, okay, what they did is they just bricked in all these things and threw a bunch of dirt in. This is what's the most interesting part is, I mean, look at the stonework.
But official records of the plant are mostly silent, according to Nicely. Decorative columns, beadboard ceilings, and arched doorways hinting at the past.
We heard about an amazing underground discovery in Leavenworth. We had to send a reporter to get some video. KCTV 5's Saray Chin is live now with what she found underground. Saray?
Well, Carolyn, you know, this is downtown Leavenworth, but below my feet, there's an underground mystery down here that not a lot of people know about or can tell us why it was created.
Wow.
We take our descent to the incredible mysteries below.
Well, it definitely does look, I mean, this is obviously a door.
It is dark and musty.
We're gonna go up here, and you're gonna be in another storefront.
It is a city, perhaps long ago used for commerce. Windows, doors, and narrow paths lead you to the storefronts.
They were stores of some type. We just don't know what they were selling, who was running them.
Jennifer Lemon serves as our tour guide. She works for a title company upstairs and gave us access to the underground.
We know that it was pretty secretive, whatever it was that was down here, because not too many people know anything about it.
Above is downtown Leavenworth at 4th and Delaware. The underground world stretches several city blocks and possibly beyond. Some speculate this was created in the 1800s. It could have been used during slavery or for fugitives. And then there are the myths and tall tales.
Good Monday afternoon. We're getting all ready for Halloween as we open the door on the haunted Shanghai Tunnel tour you can take in the Old Town part of Portland. Extremely popular this time of year. We'll let you know, well, you see there, who you might and what you might see during a visit to the tunnels.
Berkeley, in his book Death Valley Men chapter, Old Gold, describes a conversation which he had several years ago with a small group of Death Valley residents. The conversation had eventually turned to the subject of Paiute Indian legends. At one point, two of the men, Jack and Bill, described their experience with an underground city which they claimed to have discovered after one of them had fallen through the bottom of an old mine shaft near Wingate Pass. They found themselves in a natural underground cavern which they claimed to have followed about 20 miles north into the heart of the Panamint Mountains. To their amazement, they allegedly found themselves in an huge, ancient, underground cavern city. They claimed that they discovered within the city several perfectly preserved mummies, which wore thick armbands, wielded gold spears, etc. The city had apparently been abandoned for ages, except for the mummies, and the entire underground system looked very ancient. It was formerly lit, they found out by accident, by an ingenious system of lights fed by subterranean gases. They claimed to have seen a large, polished round table which looked as if it may have been part of an ancient council chamber, giant statues of solid gold, stone vaults and drawers full of gold bars and gemstones of all kinds.
In 1885, coal miners in a small city of Missouri were mining a shaft deep within the earth, when all of a sudden, they broke into a huge underground cavern. And the very shocked and curious miners decided to go take a look, even though that they knew that it could be very dangerous. And what they found inside should have changed our history forever. That is, of course, if the reports are true, and there are multiple sources. Now, what they found inside was basically a huge, wonderful buried city. It was said to have incredible masonry, tons of artifacts, stone benches all over the place, metal statues, a stone fountain that flowed with pure clean water. They even had a hint of lime in it. And lying beside this marvelous fountain were portions of a giant human skeleton that was 3 times the size of a regular human.
In recent years, local leaders have made it a top priority to keep our young professionals here. That's led to creation of more education and job opportunities, as well as a revamped social scene.
Tonight in a special report on Louisville's new nightlife, we also take an exclusive look back at its beginning in a time of gangsters, outlaws, and a secret underground. Here's WLKY's Eric King.
Now, you got to be careful going down these steps. They're pretty steep, so just hold on. I would almost stake my life that Al Capone was here at least once or twice. There was 2 doors. One of the doors led down and out to the street, and the other door led down to the Rathskeller, where he could run through the Rathskeller and into the basement kitchen. He could have taken the 2 series of tunnels and got away from the police.
Many consider this the birthplace of nightlife for Louisville's elite. During the 1920s Prohibition era, when alcohol and gambling were illegal, this was the place to do it without getting caught.
They are under every house, run along every block, and cover a city of nearly 1 million people. They're a world of hidden tunnels that few get to see right beneath your feet. And we get to take you down there. Our guide is someone who knows every inch of this labyrinth.
My name's Megan Abedy. I'm an assistant engineer for the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission Wastewater Enterprise. I'm part of the division of Wastewater Enterprise, which is called the Collection System Division. It's basically a euphemism for sewers. I crawl through a lot of sewer pipes. That's basically my job.
This week in our Hidden Places series, we go to Indianapolis, and with Halloween on a lot of people's minds, the exploration of this hidden place certainly seems fitting. Catacombs are large underground systems traditionally used to bury the dead. They're most commonly found in Paris or Rome, where millions of people are buried. But these elaborate underground systems can be found around the world. My colleague Sarah Whitmire joins us now for the latest in our Hidden Places series. Sarah, catacombs here in Indiana?
Hard to believe, right, Joe? But yes, thousands of people visit Indianapolis' city market each day. But I wonder how many know exactly what is below their feet.
Monday through Friday, around noon especially, the city market is a popular gathering place. People take their lunch breaks and walk here for a slice of pizza or a sandwich. Some sit outside if it's nice and eat at one of the tables.
Hundreds of thousands of people have sat on this plaza, listened to live music, maybe enjoyed some lunch and some great conversation, and have never known what's sitting below them.
The entrance to the catacombs is hidden from public view, and there's no outside entrance. You go in through these doors, and eventually a set of stairs leads down to the basement. Quickly, the concrete floors are replaced by dirt. More than 140 columns create an underground maze.
This is unbelievable. It just keeps going.
This space is actually the basement of Tomlinson Hall, a 4-story multi-use building constructed in the 1880s.
For sporting events, it was like kind of having your convention center with Lucas Oil, with the Field House, with Circle Center Theater. Everything went on.
It was a heavy building constructed out of brick and Indiana limestone.
And this is the reason why there's so many columns. Is what that does is it brings all the weight down from the building and it distributes it throughout all these columns.
The curved ceilings are called barrel vault ceilings, and they help distribute the building's weight to the columns. As you walk further into the tangle of columns, you can't help but think about Indiana Jones. The catacombs he explored were beneath the streets in Venice.
Welcome back. It's part of Utah history that lives mostly through rumors.
Yeah, the existence of a seedy underground world buried beneath the streets of Ogden's historic district. Mike?
Yeah, Dave and Dini, the KSL investigators had to dig pretty deep for this story, searching for proof of secret tunnels. Welcome to O-Town, a city fast becoming known for high adventure and a vibrant nightlife. But take it back about 100 years or so.
There was some opium dens.
And you'll find that Ogden,
all kinds of nefarious things that have gone on here in the last 100 years,
has quite a dark history. From prostitution and prohibition.
Welcome to the brothel.
To drug smugglers and Al Capone.
The rumor is that Al Capone came into Ogden on the train, walked up 25th Street, said, "This is too rough of a town for me," and turned around and went back on the train.
One thing is certain, this is a town you did not mess with. And if you believe the lore, what was happening above ground is only half the story.
People would come in and go out through the tunnels.
24th to 26th.
The whole length of 25th Street, whether they were gambling dens or opium dens.
The opium, the alcohol.
Sort of private things went on here. And poison them, strangle them, kill them, and then they haul their bodies out through the tunnels.
The infamous tunnels of 25th Street. Now, some say they went from Union Station all the way to Ben Lomond Hotel, while others say they branched out all across the city, eventually leading to Ogden High.
Below the sewers and subways of Chicago are over 60 miles of forgotten 19th and 20th century train tunnels. This mysterious labyrinth, once connecting the majority of the city's most prominent buildings, has sat in abandonment and disarray for the better part of a century.
One of the greatest BS stories of tunnels is the Washington, D.C. underground tunnels. The story goes, Harrison G. Dyer, a Smithsonian entomologist, bug collector, who supposedly, just for fun, constructed a network of tunnels under his home in the prestigious DuPont Circle neighborhood. When found in the 1920s, they were lined with high-end bricks on which were pasted old German newspapers. This started a lot of rumors until Dyer fessed up to his hobby. Some of these tunnels have been implicated in the Pizzagate controversy because of the Elephantis family owns many of the properties directly.